Keith, what do you feel is the single most important issue facing our country, and what would you do to correct it?
We have a government that's more intent on spreading around the wealth and controlling our lives than it is in empowering the job creators. What do we do to do that, to fix that? I think we'll need something along the lines of an Economic Recovery Act of 2011. And among the premises of that act will be a rollback of the coming tax increases that we're facing, because that's going to have a devastating impact on the job creators. Part of it should be repealing Obamacare, because the costs of Obamacare are going to be a heavy burden on our businesses and job creators. And that's also a huge encroachment on our lives. So I think repealing Obamacare, getting the tax rates, keeping the tax rates low. I think we then need to look at what regulations are being promulgated, which are strangling American business. And we have to look at tax policy generally. We need to look at the so-called comparative advantages that we should have in America over our trading partners. And there is something we can have direct control over. I think tax rates is one. We have the second highest corporate tax rates in the world. That is not a comparative advantage for us. So we need to retool the tax code. I really think 2012 will have the two big issues are going to be tax reform and Obamacare. But that's, I think, we start with that.
Now, is that same question the single biggest problem facing America today?
Yes. What is the most important issue facing our country, and what would you do to correct it?
Okay, thank you. I think I agree with my colleague here that there are lots of problems facing our country today, but if you ask me to tell you what is the single most largest problem that we are facing, it's jobs. We have created an environment in this country where businesses who are successful are penalized. We have created an environment where we have so many regulations in place that businesses are spending more on complying with these regulations and complying with the taxes that are heaped upon them, that they cannot adequately invest in business and hire more employees and create more good paying jobs. It's not government's role to create jobs through the stimulus package. It's not government's role to take our money and redistribute it to others. It's government's role to create an environment where jobs can flourish and businesses can grow. And I will work hard every single day as your next Congresswoman to create that environment so that when we leave this country to our children and our grandchildren, they too are going to have jobs that are going to enable them to sustain their own families as we've been able to do.